Good morning, students. I am Mr. Rajeshwar Bhardwaj, and we will discussing today chapter 2 of class 8, Microorganisms, Friends and Foe. We will do this in 3 modules. In the first module, we will study about microorganisms, their habitat, means where they live, and their uses. In the second module, we will study about the harmful effect caused by microorganisms and food preservation. In the third module, we will study about the nitrogen fixation. Students, you already know that living organisms vary in the form and size. Some are as big as elephant, while others are too tiny to be seen with a naked eye. And they can only be seen with an instrument called microscope. These animals are called microbes or microorganisms. Students, you must have observed greenish white patches on vegetable peels, moist bread, or some same patches, grayish white patches on the fruit surface. Or if you collect some soil and put some water in it and take a drop of this water, keep it on the glass slide. We can do in the lab also, and if we observe under microscope we can see small living organisms. Even the pond water also contain these small organisms. We call it microorganisms. Student, habitat is the living or dwelling place. Now for the microorganisms, they live in all type of environments ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals including human. Now we come on the topic types of microorganisms. Now they can be categorized into 5 main types: bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa and viruses. Regarding viruses, they are microscopic tiny organisms. They can be seen with an electron microscope and they cause many diseases. Recently we have heard about COVID-19, that is coronavirus, which cause respiratory illness like flu. The symptoms are cough, fever, breathing difficulties. So viruses do not have any particular cell structures. They reproduce only inside the body of other organisms, which means they need a host. A virus is a non-living when it is outside the body of the organisms. Therefore, most scientists believe that it is on the borderline between the living and non-living. Regarding bacteria, they are mostly single-celled tiny organisms. Most of them are harmless and some of them also cause disease such as cholera and tuberculosis. They are classified into 4 types. Now in your book it is given that is called the rod shape or bacillus bacteria. Other bacteria are coccus, which is spiral, means like small ball like, vibrio or coma shaped bacteria, and fourth is spirillum, that is spiral bacteria. Now regarding alga or algae. Alga is singular form and algae is plural form. Algae are simple plant-like organism. It is unicellular or maybe multicellular, and normally they are aquatic in nature, means they are found in water. They contain cell wall and have chlorophyll, so they can do photosynthesis. Fungi, or singular we can call fungus, is a non-green organisms with bodies usually made up of thread-like structure. They lack chlorophyll, that means they cannot do photosynthesis, and they are saprophytic, means they obtain food from dead and decaying matter, or they may be parasitic, that is obtain food by feeding on other living organisms. Now about protozoa or singular we can say protozoan. They are unicellular, microscopic organisms similar to animals. They can move about to capture food, and they are heterotrophic in nature. They are mostly aquatic in nature, means they live in water. In your book figure 2.3 diagram is given about amoeba and paramecium. Now the last topic is usefulness of microorganisms. First, they are used for making curd and bread. For curd formation, bacterium lactobacillus converts the protein casein present in the milk and coagulates it to form the curd. For making bread, we use yeast. Now, yeast is a type of fungus. Now, we will mix this yeast in a container containing warm water, maida, and small amount of sugar. Yeast, during respiration, it produces carbon dioxide, and which increases the volume of the dough. Now, when this dough is baked, the yeast will die and the bread is formed. Now, for commercial use, means large scale use of microorganism like yeast, it is used for production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crust, fruit juice, etc. And by the process of fermentation, it is converted into alcohol. Fermentation is the process in which microorganisms convert a sugar into acid or an alcohol. For this, we can even do an activity. Suppose if we take a glass containing lukewarm water, dissolve some sugar in it and a teaspoon of yeast, and cover this glass for 4 to 5 hours. After that, we smell the solution. It will smell of alcohol, which is formed due to the fermentation caused by yeast. Microbes enhance soil fertility. Certain bacteria like Nitrobacter, Rhizobium, and blue-green algae, which are present in the soil, they convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites, thereby increasing the soil fertility. These organisms are referred to as biological nitrogen fixer. Now plants will absorb nitrogen only in the form of nitrate from the soil. Next use of microbes is that they maintain or helps to clean the environment by decomposing the organic matter. Microbes also have their medicinal use. Now certain fungi and bacteria are used to prepare medicine called antibiotics. These are the chemicals released by this microorganism, and it is used to cure diseases in human and animals. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming using the fungus Penicillium. Some other common antibiotics are streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin. Microbes are also used for making vaccine. Vaccines are weakened or dead germs which are introduced into our body. When this vaccine is introduced into a healthy person's body, a specific antibodies are produced against these killed or weakened microbes. These antibodies remain in the body and protect it from further infection. This way, the body develops immunity against the disease. This technique is referred to as vaccination or immunization. Vaccines often protect against disease like tuberculosis, diphtheria, hepatitis, and polio. From this, we come to the end of our first module. For second module, we will discussing about the harmful effect of microorganisms and food preservation. Thank you.